Dude, it really is fascinating. So,
Therefore, we must speak.
sadly, this car currently, I could change it. I know I can. Just as I change all other things as well too. Hi, puppy. But yeah, this car doesn't allow for audios to be played at 1.25 speeds, or at least not Bluetooth wise, which is interesting. Nonetheless, I find it interesting. I always said it was a year. I was like, I'm gonna do a year. Now my year has come. Like I could have if I really had wanted to. Continued working on understanding my emotions. Dude, just the way that it worked out, bro. Like, it's insane, dude. Like, it really is just how each video, each one, like it played onto the next, onto the next, onto the next to bring me to this spot. Like all the videos that I watched and listened to, it was so cool, dude. It is so cool. Joy and sadness are one and the same. They're friends. I'm just grateful, dude. So grateful. So much emotion. And I've thought about this before as well too. Oh, Jazzy. Thought about this before as well. Or like, when I learned about the concept of, and I finally grasped it. When I finally grasped. Yeah, I could have stayed in that lane, but that's okay. Once I finally grasped, such a weird, interesting word. It's a very fascinating word, actually. I'm gonna turn here, please. So once I grasped, triple A's, the idea that there is no boundaries between the internal state and the external state. Being open to that idea and then going through like the training that I went through around emotions and psychology, and listening to all these other streamers and people be interviewed by a psychiatrist. And then me hiring my own personal coach, and yeah, dude, it's been nothing less than amazing. So even last night, going out and grabbing dinner, Like, I've done it once before as well too, but I wanted to do it differently this time. Because it all remains the same, dude. Holy shit, it all remains the same. That's so cool. It's just, so, I mean, you can see it in the Matrix as well. Prime example. Just because I understand that many of you hopefully have seen the Matrix, and I'm going to refer to Resurrection, the fourth one, because this is where the point's going to be more driven home. Sometimes, well, you, the main character, always remains the same. You are the main character of your life. The people and individuals that come into your life can be different. So, like what Neo saw in Resurrection with Agent Smith, he was completely different. Like, he looked different, yet Neo was the same, but he also looked different as well too. So, like, there's always a change happening all the time, and being able to progress that forward, or at least becoming aware of it. It's more about becoming aware of it, as I've been able to do. And obviously everybody's going to have their own internal way of becoming aware of it. This is just the thing that I myself have come to realize. I did like the thing that I just heard a little while ago, and it's the second time that I've heard it as well too. When it comes down to selling information, this is just more a little aside that I wanted to bring up because it was something that I was listening to. Because yeah, when people make promises about how you'll have this result, and then they don't get that result, people will perceive it as a scam, which isn't always necessarily the case. So I was listening to this book, How to Prosper in Hard Times, and I think it's an amalgamation of a couple of different authors. There's one part where the story was being told about how the wealthiest man in Babylon gave an analogy of how there's a chicken layer, or a chicken layer? A farmer that had chickens and would collect eggs from the chickens. And he asked the farmer that had the chicken if he put 10 eggs in a basket and he left one each day, and then he put 10 eggs in the basket the next day, and then he took 9 out, how many eggs would he end up having in that basket at the end of said period? And he's like, well, I'd have a surplus of eggs because he continually left 10%, one egg in the basket each and every single time. That's what Ramsey does. That's what all these do. At least that's what I was listening to from this other individual that I was listening to today. About telling people what is true. Like, yeah, if you do change how you think, then you will change the world around you. I'm processing that because that's something that I've always known that. I just never thought about it that way. Like, you can't promise the outcome. Huh. I'm gonna even think about that a bit more as well too. Especially when it comes down to selling. Interesting. I'll start, yeah. And I'm like 2 minutes out. Do like bits and pieces. I never did forget about Caleb. I was actually learning more about me. More about me. So much. Oh, so much. Oh, so much. Yes, I am receiving. Oh, so much money. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, so much. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Neville, I love you, bro. Dude, Neville's teachings, like, just the whole concept of manifestation, the imagination awareness, shifting from our own reality to the next, understanding basic laws of physics, understanding parallel dimensions, having a concept that everything is in the mind, there's no separation. It's all about how you react and or respond to the said scenario on what dictates your future, which is why it's always best to remain in a positive state and use everything that is happening in your life for you instead of making it seem like it's happening to you, because then you can glean something positive from that said scenario and that said viewpoint, because everything is happening for you, nothing is ever happening to you. It's all about bringing you closer to where you need to be, further away from where you aren't meant to be. So everything's already pre-written, and it's just a matter of you choosing like which one you want to experience in what place and or time. Ooh, I could have gone there, but I have a feeling that homeboy's gonna park there. Are they not? Probably, but I'm still gonna go. And there's sevens as well too, which is dope, bro. What are you doing, dude? Aw, thanks, mate. Appreciate you, dog. It's really because it was too close. It is a tighter spot. Alright, let's go.